Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today in the Crazy Baker kitchen we're going to be making a Baileys cream banana cake. Yep, and you thought it was just for drinking. Got me tipple here. Please subscribe and please share. Anyway, we'll get right on with the video. And for your recipe, you want 225 grams of plain flour, 113 grams of butter, 115 grams of castor sugar, 4 grams of baking powder, 1 gram of baking soda and 1 gram of salt. Also you want 107 grams of Baileys cream, and you want 100 grams of beaten egg, and of course you want 375 grams of mashed bananas. Preferably don't get them too ripe. I prefer them little less. First thing you want to do is get yourself a large tin. You can use 2 small ones if you like, and line them, and that's ready. This is a large 2-pound tin for bread baking, and also a tray to put it on. So first thing you want to do is put all your wet ingredients into the one bowl with the bananas. Now that was simple, wasn't it? That's what I call really simple. Wet ingredients, so you can guess where we're going through now. All the dry ingredients in the other bowl. Now all we're going to do is mix this dry ingredients up, and then we're going to do the same with the wet ingredients. So we'll just mix all the dry ingredients around so it's all blended together. I have pre-sieved this. And the same with your wet ingredients. And that's your wet ingredients done, your dry ingredients done. So what we want to do now is get our oven on. Our oven temperature wants to be up to 180 Celsius. So we can pop that on now and you're ready to go. So here's your dry ingredients. All we do is make a little well in the middle and just put all the wet ingredients into it. And all we're going to do is just stir it in. Best folding is the best. Just fold it all in. So you're just getting all the dry ingredients wet. Cool, and you can smell the Baileys cream. Right, now you want your tin. And all we're going to do is put our ingredients in to the tin. Well, we're all ready for the oven. Now, I'm speculating today, this cake is actually going to take at least 55 to 65 minutes in an oven temperature of 160. Now, you've put the oven on at 180, we're now going to turn it down to 160. The reason I'm going to be baking this a little bit slower is because the actual mixture is a bit more sort of runnier. Because my bananas are a bit more like riper, so they created more water. And obviously, when you're adding the Baileys cream, that also makes it a bit more liquefied. So check your cake at 55 minutes with a probe. It may want longer, but at least you've tried it. I would suggest that's the best way. And then all depends on your oven, because each oven has got its mind of its own. Mine has here, like the bakery oven, it's exactly the same. It's got different hot spots. You may halfway through want to turn it round. And we'll get her into the oven. At the same time, pop yourself a few cubes of icing. This sort of helps to steam your cake a little bit. It makes it a bit moister, and also I think it makes a better cake, full stop. And for your recipe, you want 55 grams of softened butter, 115 grams of white chocolate, 53 grams of Baileys original cream, and 175 grams of icing sugar. First thing we want to do is put your butter into the bowl. Then add in your chocolate. And now we're going to pop this into a microwave for just around about 1 minute. Now we do not want to overcook it. We just want to melt it slightly. Right, just give it a good stir around. Like I said, we're only just melting it. It may take a bit longer to melt down in the microwave due to the type of chocolate you're using. And it looks like this. I'll have to go back into the microwave. You can also melt the chocolate down and the butter on the hob, and best to use a double pan. That's where your base pan has got hot water in it boiling, and then you put another pan on the top to melt it. It's almost clear now. So what we do now is add in your Baileys. Oh, I'm not going to drink it first. And just give that a good stir in. Oh, you can smell the aroma of the Baileys. As you can see, the colour is changing now. It's starting to look like Baileys. Right, that'll do. Now what we need is your machine. Right, the best idea is to use one of these creamers. If you haven't got one of these, you'll have to use a beater. Right, and we just attach it to our machine. Now we'll just add all this into the machine bowl. Now, what we want to be doing is popping this on first speed. Right, we'll stop it. And now we'll add in your icing sugar. Now, if you've got one of these gadgets on your machines where it sort of just turns it in, use that. On most Kenwoods, you've got one of these, and it's called a folding gear. So we'll just pop that on. And this stops your kitchen getting full of icing sugar. mind you, you can still see it. It still does the same, but it's not as bad. Right, we'll now knock it onto first speed. Now pop it onto second speed. Really just getting this nice and blended in. And also getting a little bit of air into it. Well, that's now ready. And all we need now is to put into a bowl. Right, the cake's ready. We're now going to test it. Very simple thing to do is just take your probe and just prod it in. And gently pull it out. Yeah, that looks fine. Right, all we're going to do now is pop this tin onto a wire. This is just to let it cool down for a bit. And we'll come back to that in around about, an hour or two. The cake has now cooled down. So, and we've made the cream. So all we're going to do is now spread the cream over the top. Oh, and this cream does now smell good. And there we go. It's as simple as that. And now all we need to do is test it. Now who's for a piece of cake? Now we've got to cut this. Where do I start? Well, there we go. It just looks this lush. Oh, and that texture. It's got to be done, guys. That is absolutely lush. The flavour in the cake, you can taste the Baileys cream, and obviously with your cream on the top. It just makes it. You wouldn't need anything on the inside. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please subscribe and please share, and don't forget your recipe is below the video in the description, and also you can find it on my Facebook page at The Traditional Bakery. And we'll see you again very shortly in the Crazy Baker kitchen. Laters!